Good morning, students. So we are all are going through this chapter, heredity and evolution. In the last class, I explained you about the Mendel's experiment that Mendel selected the pea plant, or you can say the Pisum sativum, for his experiments and do cross the monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. In the he take why he chose this pea plant, because basically there are 7 contrasting characters are there. In the last class I also explain you those 7 contrasting characters. Now I am again repeating this monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. So what is monohybrid cross? Monohybrid cross means the hybridization cross in which inheritance of only one pair of contrasting character is studied. Only one pair of contrasting character means in that we taken one pair of contrasting character, that is tallness and dwarfness. We will cross the tall plant with dwarf plant. Only one pair of contrasting character is taken. From here, the capital T genes which get transferred to the offspring, and from here small t get transferred to the next generation. So the offspring will be capital T and small t. Okay. So in the F1 generation, this tree will be tall. This tree will be tall. This was the tall parent, and this was the dwarf parent. So the offspring which we are getting it from will be tall. But the phenotypic character will be tall. But in genes they are having the small t also, because they are having the different, because this offspring is having the different parents are there, no, tall and dwarf. So in genotypic characters, in genes they are having this genes, that is small t, but phenotypic. I explained you what is phenotypic and genotypic. Phenotypic means physical appearance. So it will look tall, but in its genes, or you can say in the genotypic character, or you can say in the genetic constitution. Phenotypic means physical appearance, or you can say the observable things you can see, and which you can see. Okay, that is phenotypic character. But genotypic character means genetic composition. So obviously this plant will be tall, because the tall characters or the dominant character is present here. And I explain you, wherever the dominant character is present, it will dominate the recessive one, or you can say the recessive character will get masked over the dominant character. Recessive character will not show its presence in presence of dominant character. So here recessive character is kept small t, so it can't show its presence in presence of capital T. So this plant will be tall, but it is having the genes of dwarf plant. Next, when the self pollination takes place of capital T and small t, the self pollination will take place. The F2 generation will be getting it from this is capital T, okay, and then small t, and then capital T, small t, and then we will take this character small t, capital T, and then small t, small t. So now see, here the capital T is present, so this will be tall. Here also capital T is present, this will also be tall. Here also the capital T is present, so this will also be tall. So all these plants are tall. Here the dominant character is not present, so this plant will be dwarf. So hence we can see the phenotypic ratio will be, phenotype means physical appearance. How do the plants look like? Phenotype will be 3:1. Phenotypic ratio or phenotypic ratio you can write here. Okay, 3:1. 3 tall plants are there, 1, 2, 3, and only one dwarf plant is there. And now we will discuss about the genotypic ratio. Genotypic ratio. Genotypic means in genes what are present. So here this is a pure breed. You can see the pure breed of tallness. Both the characters are dominant. So we can write here one character is whole soul dominant. And here you can see the capital T is also present and small t is also present. Here also small t is also present and capital T is also present. So this is the that I told you, the homozygous condition and heterozygous condition. So here the both characters are present. So this is the heterozygous condition and this is homozygous condition. Homozygous means true breed and heterozygous means the contrasting pairs are present. So this condition will be heterozygous. So 2 are of the heterozygous condition. So 2 is there. And here again the pure breed is there, dwarfness is there, small t, small t. So 1:2:1 will be the genotypic ratio. So this is all about the monohybrid cross. So you can also see the students work out with the dominant and recessive traits. How you can see the dominant and recessive trait? Suppose if a cross is between the purple colored flower, suppose this is flower of purple color. Okay, this is a flower of purple color. And the cross fertilization takes place between suppose this is a white color flower. Okay, the cross between the purple flower and white flower. The F1 hybrid plant through it received factor. So this is white flower. It will be designated as small p. So in the pair, you see in the list of the dominant characters and recessive characters, I explained you that time which color is dominant. Purple and violet color is dominant over the white color flower. So it is recessive, small p, and this is dominant, capital P. So first generation, or you can say the F1 generation, we are getting it from, that is capital P and small p. So all these flowers in the F1 generation are of which color? Obviously purple color. Why the purple color is there? Because the dominant character is purple and recessive character is white. So obviously the phenotypic ratio will show only the presence of dominant character. So in F1 generation you are getting all flowers of purple colored. But when in F2 generation you will see this, you will be again getting 3:1 ratio. Okay. So here now we will see. Again we will be getting the same ratio here. This flower will be again purple because the dominant character is present. This flower is again purple because the dominating character is present. This one is also purple. So three flowers will be of purple color and only one flower is of white color. So here also work out with if we are working out from the dominant and recessive traits, we are getting again the 3:1 ratio. Next students, I will explain you about the dihybrid cross. Now students, next I will explain you about the dihybrid cross. What I explained you in the dihybrid cross? In this dihybrid cross, a cross in which inheritance of two pair of contrasting character is simultaneously studied. So two pair of contrasting character we are taking here. What are those two pairs? See the chart that I prepared for you yesterday, that Mendel's one. So two characters we are taking it, that is shape and color, seed shape and seed color. So seed shape round is the dominant trait. Thus this round is a dominant trait. That's why I am writing here the round as capital letter. As well, you see the seed shape. that seed shape round is the dominant trait as well. Seed color. See the seed color. Yellow is dominant trait and green is recessive traits. That's why I am writing here y, capital Y for yellow, because yellow is a dominant trait, whereas green is a recessive trait. That's why I written here small y. Clear? Dominant trait will always expressed in capital letter and recessive traits will always expressed in small letter. Here we are here in this example we are taking two traits, that is the seed color and seed shape. So seed color, there are of two colors, that is yellow and green. So yellow is a dominant trait and green is a recessive trait. And when we are talking about the shape, so round is a dominant shape and wrinkled is a recessive trait. Now we are crossing these two pair of contrasting characters with each other. So from here obviously capital R and small r will genes, or you can say the gametes, will pass on to the next generation. Capital R and small r. From here small r, small y will pass into the next generation. So all the offsprings we will be getting from this will be round and yellow. So both are dominant characters. That I told you in the first generation, or you can say in the F1 generation. Only the phenotypic character will always be the dominant character, because dominant can show only dominant will show only its expression, where the recessive get masked over it. So dominant characters are round and here the dominant character is yellow. So first generation will be round and yellow. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay. Now we will self-pollinating it. So RRYY crosses with RRYY. So what we will getting into the F2 generation. All of you see. So again take the characteristics. Capital R, capital Y. Capital R, capital Y. And then again capital R, small y. Capital R, small y. And now small r, capital Y. And now small r, small y. Okay. And same things you can write here also. RY, 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 RY. Here to here. Now we are making this checkerboard, that is R, 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 again R, capital Y, multiply it. And now R, R, capital Y, small y. Again capital R and then small r, capital Y, capital Y. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. From here now, here to here, capital R, capital R, capital Y, small y. All of you do this by your own. Small r, capital Y, small y. Capital R, small. Small r, small y. So here we are getting this ratio. So students, now what we are getting here, 9:3:3:1 ratio. So I am here writing the results. Round and yellow. You can see here round and yellow characteristics. Round and yellow were 9. Okay. Next is round and green. round and green, you will be getting here 3. And then wrinkled yellow, you will be getting here again 3. And now wrinkled green, you will be getting here only 1. That is this. No. You count round and yellow, definitely you can see the capital R and capital Y. Capital R here, capital Y here 1, capital Y is here 2. Like this you count this. 9 were there, and capital R and small capital R and green for small y. You find here capital R and small y. Here you will be found 3, and wrinkled yellow 3 and wrinkled green there will be only 1. So this will be the phenotypic ratio, and genotypic ratio you will find here. Genotypic ratio you can find 1:2, 2:2, 1:2, 2:2, 4:2, 2:1, 2:1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so this will be the phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio. So students, this is all about the dihydrid cross and monohydrid cross. All of you go through this video again and again, and you just try to make this cross by yourself. You do it one or more times, 3 times, 4 times, you will be getting this. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me. So like this, so in the monohybrid cross, only 1 pair of contrasting characters we have taken, and here the 2 pairs of contrasting characters we have taken. So this is all about the Mendel's experiments. Okay students, thank you for today's class.